Suatu siang, di Pusat Elektronik Bandung.
Pak Bowo. Halo Pak.
Dek Lizzy tuh, mau kemana dek?
Iya Pak. Saya mau beli laptop nih buat keperluan kuliah.
Oh gitu toh, emang Dek Lizzy kuliah di mana toh?
Lizzy kuliah di Jakarta Pak. Universitas Anu.
Wow, anak saya juga dulu di kuliah di situ dek, bagus itu. Di sana Dek Lizzy ambil jurusan apa?
Oh gitu Pak. Lizzy ambil desain komunikasi visual. Oh iya. Kan kebetulan anak Bapak juga dulu ambil DKV. Nah, Bapak punya rekomendasi nggak kira-kira laptop apa yang bagus buat saya?
Kalau komputer atau laptop itu tergantung selera dan kebutuhan adek. Misalkan Dek Lizzy masuk ke desain. Kalau desain berarti harus lihat VGA cardnya. VGA cardnya cari yang bagus. Kalau prosesor Intel cukup. Begitu deh. Tapi kalau misalnya nanti butuh bikin video gitu, saya rekomendasi prosesor AMD deh. Tapi ya balik lagi ke Ade butuhnya yang mana gitu.
VGA, AMD, apa itu Pak?
Hehe, ya sudah, ini Bapak tunjukkan video singkat ya, supaya Ade lebih paham gitu, milih laptop komputernya berdasarkan kebutuhan Ade. Harus paham komponen-komponennya Dek. Yuk, kita lihat yuk.
Okay, hi, and I'm Bellingos. Meet me again, Sir Antonio Joshua, in Information and Technology class for 9th grade. So we have watched a short video about a man and a young woman talking about computer parts, and turns out the young woman doesn't or didn't know anything about computer parts. Yeah, have you experienced something like it? You have a laptop for a long time, but you don't know what are its parts. So it's time for us to do some surgery on our computer, laptop, or gadgets in order to understand what are our laptops and computers capable to do. Okay, let's begin. Okay guys, so the first thing that we need to discuss is computer. What is that? What actually is a computer? Yeah, because we know computers as something that we see in computer labs in our school, yeah, something that has monitors, mouse, keyboard, CPUs, but actually no, yeah, it is a computer but not the only computer. Calculator, do you have one? That is a computer also. Your smartphone is also a computer. So what is computer? In short, computer is something or a tool that take input, process it, and bring out an output. Okay, take input, process it, and bring out an output. What is input? Input is all user-given commands. Okay, everything that you want the computer to do, that is input. What is output? Output is the results you want after you give the command. For example, you want the computer to be turned on. So what are you going to do? First, you will press the on button, right? So the input you give to the computer is pressing the on button, and the output the computer will give you is it will be turned on. Okay, so far so good, yeah? Understood? Okay, so the next thing we are going to learn is what are the components of computer. Okay, to make it easy, think of computer as your body, right? Computer and human in their components basically are the same. Yeah, so it is quite easy to understand. But first, the big components of computer are composed of two things: hardware and software. Okay, what is hardware? Hardware is a part of a computer that we can see and touch directly. Okay, hardware is a part of a computer that we can see and touch directly. So there are several kinds of hardware. That these are the things that we are going to discuss first. Okay, the first kind of hardware is input hardware. Okay, its function is to help the user to give commands to the computer. Remember, input is every commands you give to the computer, and input hardware is the tools that help you to give the command. Okay, what are the examples? Here are the examples. Yeah, microphone, you can give commands to the computer using your voice recognition. Trackball, this is usually for gaming or controlling drones. Joystick, of course, it is for gaming. Keyboard, that you use to give command to the computers using words, yeah, text. Mouse, touchscreen, scanner, etc. Okay, this is quite easy to understand. I believe you can do it. Next kind of hardware is output hardware. What is this? This is a kind of hardware that is used to display the results of the commands given. So if input hardware was built to help you, the user, output hardware was built to help the computer. Yeah, so when after they process the input you give them, they will have to show the results to you, right? So they will show the results using output hardware. What are the examples? Yeah, these are the examples. Speakers, yeah, speakers will give out sound after they process your input. Monitor, of course, every output will be displayed in monitor. Yeah, printer, mentioned twice in here. One is LaserJet and the other is inkjet. Yeah, webcam, etc. Okay, this is quite easy to understand, and I believe you can do it. Next, this is the most important part of hardware. This is processing hardware. Okay, this is the hardware part, which takes input and processes it into outputs that you as the user wanted. This is the most important, and I hope you will take notes in this part. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so computers, all of them only have one kind of processing hardware. Yeah, its name is CPU, or Central Processing Unit. Okay, but the CPU is they are consisted of many parts, which we are going to study about right now. The first part of CPU, yeah. Oh, before we go to the parts, what is CPU? CPU is, in a simple sentence, CPU is the brain of a computer. Yeah. So just like your brain, which control every part of your body, CPU controls every part of the computer. This is the center. Yeah. So don't break it. Don't let it dirty, because it will disturb your computer in a whole. Okay, so what are the parts? The first part of the CPU is its casing, of course. This is the most important, yeah? The function of the casing is, first, to protect the CPU. And the second, as a place for other CPU parts, yeah? If this is our body and CPU is the brain, casing is just like our skeleton. Easy to understand, yeah? Next, the next part is motherboard. Yes, motherboard, baby. What is this? Motherboard is a board in which different components of a computer are placed and connected to each other. Think of it as your nervous system, yeah, because you guys are so smart in science. Motherboard is like our nervous system, yeah, connected. And this is very important because almost all parts of CPU are placed here. Okay, so first let's take a look at the map of the motherboard. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you is this. These are the input or output ports. Yeah, you may recognize this from the shape, because their shapes are like the head of your flash disk. Yeah. Okay. Below input and output ports is the CPU socket. Below it, yeah, the one with the green and the pink ones are RAM slots. Okay. Below RAM slots are the power connector. Okay, you may recognize this from the holes, yeah, the unique holes that they have. Next to the power connector is the storage device connectors, and next to the storage device connectors is expansion card slots. Okay, it's long and it's built for chips usually, yeah. And next to the expansion card slots, the circle one is CMOS. Okay, you should remember the location, the characteristics, and now I'm going to show you the functions, their functions. Each of these parts have their own unique functions. What are those? Here we go. Okay, first CPU socket. CPU socket, yeah, this black square here is where the processor is located. So the brain of the computer is located here. Understood? Next, input or output ports is where we can insert flash disks, headphone, keyboard, mouse. Every input hardware you can think of will be slotted, will be inserted to input and output ports. Okay. Next, power connector is where we connect the electricity from power supply to the computer. So this is where the energy of the computer comes from. Yeah, the power connector. Next, expansion card slots are where we insert components. Yeah, components like, okay, there are a lot of components, but I'm going to discuss some of the most frequently asked components. Yeah, the first is video card, or usually we know it as VGA card. Okay, the VGA card or video card function is to process the binary code. Remember, the binary code, the 0 and 1s, into pictures. Yeah, into pictures or moving pictures like video. Next, network card is its function is to connect the computer to the internet. Yeah, this network card's job is to accept the signal, be it electric, light signal, or electromagnetic signal, and to bring the computer to the internet. Okay, and the next thing is audio or sound card. Okay, its function is to process the binary code into sound, into notes. Yeah, and all of these are located or inserted here in expansion card slots. Okay, I hope you can understand the explanation so far. Okay. Okay, so the next part of the motherboard we are going to discuss is RAM slots and storage device connectors. Now, both of them are computers' memories, RAM and storage. What are their similarities and difference? Let's take a look at it first. Yeah, so computers, all of them, including your smartphones, they have two kinds of memories: RAM or random access memory, and storage or hard drive or hard disk drive. Same, yeah. First, let's take a look at their similarity. Okay, both of them obviously are used when we open an application in our computers, softwares, something like that. Both of them are used when we open an app or software. But these are the differences, and I hope you take a note at this too, because this is important. Next. The first difference is RAM is shaped like a chip. Okay, they are shaped in a chip. But storage, in the other hand, hard drive, hard disk drive, are in the shape of CD or disc. Black disc, yeah. If you watch Captain America, yeah, when he was dancing with his wife, yeah, Peggy Carter, they are dancing to a music which is played in black disc. The concept is similar, yeah. So the memories are punctured ya, punctured atau ditusukkan menjadi kode di piringan hitam tersebut. Sama konsepnya dengan hard disk. Oke? I have to use Indonesian there. Okay, next. Okay, the next difference is RAM or random access memory is integrated with the computer. Ya, it can be upgraded, but it cannot be unplugged. It cannot be removed. Ya, if you remove a RAM from a computer, then it cannot open anything. It cannot run anything. But in the other hand, hard disk, hard drive, storage is additional and separated from the computer. So if you unplug it, if you remove it, you can still run the computer, but you cannot save anything. So it takes us to the next difference. This first. Okay, so RAM, to put it simply, is like a room or a field in which the software are playing. Ya, I will use bahasa here. Jadi kalau diibaratkan, RAM itu seperti ruangan tempat bermain, ya. Jadi kamu kalau pengen main, kan kamu butuh ruangan tuh, butuh lapangan. Gitu. Jadi semakin besar ruangannya, semakin banyak permainan yang bisa kamu lakukan di sana. Jadi RAM itu adalah lapangan yang kamu butuhkan untuk bermain, ya. Bermain apa? Bermain software. Jadi tiap kamu buka software, mau Microsoft Word, mau Google Chrome, itu kan butuh ruangan. Nah, space atau ruangan yang mereka butuhkan ada di RAM. Semakin besar RAM, semakin besar RAM, kamu jadi semakin bisa banyak buka aplikasi di saat yang bersamaan tanpa nge-lag, gitu ya. Okay, what about hard drive or storage? Storage or hard drive, if I put it in other word, it is like a storeroom. I will use bahasa again. Storage atau hard drive itu seperti gudang. Jadi setelah kamu beres main, semua alat permainan kamu kemanain, kamu masukin gudang, gitu ya. Jadi ya itu perbedaannya. RAM itu dipakai untuk menjalankan software, tempat bermain, space, ruangan. Tapi kalau storage untuk menyimpan semua hasil permainan kamu, gitu. Semua hasil kerja kamu disimpannya bukan di RAM, tapi di storage atau di hard drive, gitu ya. Kamu mau bikin tugas, kamu nge-save atau nge-download video, kan biasanya masuk kalau di komputer itu ada local disk C atau data drive ya, D. Nah, itu disimpannya di situ, itu semua di hard drive, bukan RAM. Oke, RAM itu nggak bisa nyimpen apa-apa. Dia cuma sebagai tempat main aja. Oke, bisa dimengerti ya? Oke, the next difference, because of the definition I gave you earlier, everything that is played in RAM will lose, will be lost if you shut the computer down. Okay, all the data that is run in the RAM will be lost if you shut the computer down. Because I will use bahasa again, ya karena ini setelah kamu main, kamu beresin kan barang-barangnya. Kalau nggak kamu bakal dimarahin. Gitu. Jadi setelah beres main, ruangannya harus bersih lagi. Itu aja biar ingatnya ya. Next, on the other hand, a hard drive or storage will not lose data even if you shut the computer down, because this is the storeroom, ya. Jadi semua data kamu nggak akan hilang meskipun kamu shutdown, asal kamu save di hard drive. Okay, understood ya? So those are the difference between RAM and storage or hard drive. RAM will be inserted into the RAM slots, but storage or hard drive will be located in storage device connectors. Okay, and the last part of the motherboard that we are going to learn today is CMOS or complementary metal oxide conductors. Yeah, this is a battery of the CPU. Okay, I will use bahasa. Jadi CMOS ini adalah baterai untuk CPU. Ya, dia nggak akan membuat CPU running, karena CPU dapat energinya dari listrik dari power connector. Tapi baterai ini fungsinya apa? Baterai ini fungsinya adalah menyimpan or store a computer's basic settings like date, clock, password, things like that. Okay, so because it store computer's basic settings, the settings stored in CMOS will always be there even though the computer is shut down. Jadi semua data, semua setting, tanggal, jam, yang disimpan di CMOS itu akan selalu ada meskipun komputernya di shutdown ya. Its characteristic is almost the same as storage device connectors. Yeah. Okay, but to put it simply, if RAM is a room, playroom, storage is storeroom or gudang, warehouse, CMOS is safe deposit box. Everything that is put in safe deposit box is the most precious things, right? Like gold, like precious letters. So computer's basic settings are the most precious things. You cannot lose this. So it will be located in CMOS. Okay, I hope my explanation can help you to understand, yeah? Okay, if you have understand my explanation, try to answer this question. Okay, I have 5 questions for you. This is number 1, number 2, number 3. This is number 4. Yeah, give names to the motherboard and function. Yeah, these are the functions. This is for A, for B, for C, for D, and for for E. Sorry, my mistake, my bad. And this is number 5. Okay, you can pause the question in the video to make you more comfortable in answering the question. Yeah. You can write your answers in your notebook and then take a picture of it and upload it to Schola, or you can type it down directly to Schola. Okay, finish it in our meeting today. Okay, thank you guys for your attention. Hope this explanation helped. God bless you.